Hi, everyone. I'm Victoria.
I'm new.
And I'm Meghna, and we are representing the Collecting Oral Histories of Environmental Injustice and Racism Basque Connections team.
So, to really understand the question of what is environmental justice, I want to talk about an example of environmental injustice. In the 1980s, North Carolina decided that Warren County, a historically Black community in North Carolina, was going to be the new dumping site for PCB, a toxic waste chemical. And it was this decision that sparked a series of protests and birthed the beginning of what we know today as the environmental justice movement. Because what happened in Warren County wasn't an isolated incident, it was an example of systemic injustice. Environmental injustice is the disproportionate harm of environmental impacts on marginalized communities. And environmental justice is the fight for fair treatment. So our project hopes to serve that movement by uplifting and elevating the voices of historically marginalized populations. And here's how we do that. We have 5 major components: a story plus research project, a podcast, of course, oral histories, journalism articles, and events. But I'll turn it over to my colleagues Victoria and Meghna to talk about these in a little more detail.
Thanks, Nhu. So our first semester together, we had the opportunity to actually go to Warren County, and we marched in the 40th anniversary of the protests that Nhu just told you about. We sat in conversation with the activists that started the movement. And then 2 months later, we attended an oral history training with the UNC Southern Oral History Program. They taught us about oral history as a research method, its benefits, limitations, and the importance of care and compassion throughout the entire process. And then a couple days later, we went down to the Piney Woods Free Union Historical Community in Jamesville, North Carolina. Now, this community is historically triracial and one of the longest standing free and independent communities in the state of North Carolina. And they're known for a rich history of land ownership, economic development through agriculture, and civil rights activism. This Harvest Festival was the start of a long-term partnership, and Meghna is going to tell you just a little bit more about.
Thank you, Victoria. After visiting Piney Woods Free Union for the Harvest Festival, we turned our focus to truly serving the community through our partnership, which was facilitated by William Barber III, founder of the Rural Beacon Initiative and pictured in the top left, looking out over his ancestral homeland of Piney Woods Free Union. Our project team aimed to contribute to William's unique vision of a sustainability hub that centers Piney Woods Free Union's legacy of BIPOC land ownership and prioritizing environmental protection and sustainable economic development. Part of this work included heading back to Piney Woods Free Union and conducting oral histories with the members of the community who share their experiences and memories of growing up and living in the area. We also conducted oral histories with accomplished environmental justice advocates from across the country, assisting in the construction of an archive of activism stories and advice. This is our team after successfully recording several oral histories in Piney Woods Free Union. By the end of the year, we were able to conduct 41 oral histories for the Sustainability Hub and Duke University archives. We also recorded 11 podcast episodes, published 4 to 6 articles on environmental justice topics, and organized educational events on taking action in environmental justice for the Duke community.
But we're not done yet. We're currently working on a website, and we want this to be a virtual sustainability hub where you can find all of the work that our project team has been doing over the year.
This summer, we are also collaborating with the residents of Union Hill, a historically Black neighborhood in Virginia that was instrumental in the fight against the Atlantic Coast Pipeline. We are hoping to assist community members in conducting 10 to 11 more oral histories and chronicling their legacy of environmental justice.
So I was actually a part of this project over a year before it became a Basque Connections. It's been a real honor to be a part of the team, to watch it grow, and to learn the power of narratives and storytelling. Along the way, we've given our best shot to move away from Duke and big universities' history of extractive research and move towards long-term partnerships and dedication to service with the communities that we work with. So thank you to all our partners that helped us with achieving those goals, and thank you to all for listening.
And follow us on social media.